Hi, I'm Danny. This is Jedidiah, and we are here to talk about The Lively City, a new live workshop being put on by Sketchbook Skool and featuring Jedidiah Dore. So, Jedidiah, tell us a bit about yourself, about what your career is, what your art is like.
Yeah. Hi, everybody. I am a Brooklyn-based artist and reportage artist. I'm also an educator. I've been living in New York for, about 20, 22, 23 years now. I love drawing. I think everything I do, pretty much everything I do is based on drawing. I'm doing a lot of painting. I just accomplished one of my dreams came true. Basically, I did a large mural project for the landmark Daily News building here in Manhattan. So that's like a dream project of mine to be able to do something like that.
I've been following you on Instagram for a long time, and I love the energy of the way that you approach art making. Your drawings feel just bursting with stuff going on, and that's really been why I was so interested in doing this workshop with you, was to teach people how do you go beyond just like drawing buildings, because a lot of us have had that experience. You sit down, you start drawing a building, but you never really capture the energy. I'm always struck by the fact that so many urban sketchers do drawings with no people in them, no cars, no movement, no nothing, right? It's just a
Mhm.
static landscape. And when I look at your work, it's nothing like that. It feels dynamic. It feels like a lot is going on. And that's really the idea behind this workshop, right? Is to teach us, how do you do that? How do you get that kind of crazy energy?
Yeah, I feel exactly the same. I felt like that was the biggest goal. That was my mission, was to be able to teach that, to show that how does that happen. I've had this like kind of life project, if you will, of chronicling the five boroughs and draw with reportage drawing. It's the people that make the city, the people and their energy and what they contribute to these beautiful buildings and these iconic landmark places. It's really their stories. I've met so many great people and I heard so many amazing stories. That's the takeaway for me.
When we worked on this workshop together, I was struck by the fact that you are able to just sit down and start working without hesitation. I think that that's a thing that a lot of people um, are worried about. You sit down, you're drawing in public, you're drawing outdoors. We're going to talk about those sorts of things. We're also going to talk about, how do you start a drawing like this? How do you figure out your composition? And then also, what are the steps that you need to take? And I think your process is very interesting, because you work in wash and in line. So you work in watercolor, and then you work in various forms of ink and colored pencils, lots of different layers of stuff.
I like to be adaptive, to the situation. It's not always a fixed sort of formula, if you will, and for me that makes it better for storytelling and makes it better, it's more approachable. It also allows me to make adjustments. And that's really what's important, because you never know what's going to be thrown at you, what's going to happen on that site.
I mean, we're going to get to see you making a piece, but I think
Mhm.
you're also a fantastic teacher, and you're able to take us along and really help us to understand, what are you thinking? What should we be doing to accomplish the same kind of end results that you have, while making them our own? We've got a whole bunch of photographs that we took from the location that people
Yeah.
will be able to see different aspects of it. But ultimately, it's, the goal is to get you out there, right? And we want to kind of show you how to do that. So I think these steps that you're taking us through, it's very clear to me, the steps that you suggest that we do, and also how they build, and how every one of them is understandable. And yet when you see the complexity and the vibrancy of the final result, you say, wow, like these pieces all came together, and
Mhm.
I made something really cool.
I love that feeling of that wow. I still get it every time. It's because a lot of it is because the way, and you'll see in the class, in the workshop, in the lesson, is that the way we sort of balance out that kind of intuition, sort of working free and loose, and just working with the energy, and just kind of letting the drawing unfold, if you will, kind of letting it do what it wants to do, but kind of working with it in collaboration, as opposed to fighting it and trying to make this perfect drawing or this very technical drawing. We're not cameras. We're very humanistic. We're very, we have full character and personality. So the takeaway for the student, if they walk away with their own personality in that drawing and they love it and they start to figure it out, like, you know what, if I draw this way, my way, I'm learning from this class how to do things my way. I'm going to have my own personality, my own sense of style. That's what I love. I like to see that, with everybody.
Whenever you take one of these live workshops at Sketchbook Skool, you always come away with a few ideas, a few techniques, a few really important moments from an artist that you can always come back to. And I see it with the students who have taken a lot of our workshops. They're always referring back to it. They're always saying, I learned this from this person. I'm now combining it with that person. And you yourself have had a lot of different artists who are your teachers too. And I'm sure you've picked up different elements too. But then, of course, you're internalizing it all. And that's part of the process of learning, but also becoming your own artist. Yeah.
To find that and be able to portray that, or really to be able to have it second nature when you're drawing, almost like you're writing a letter, you're writing your signature.
Right, exactly. And also it's going to be fun. I mean, this workshop is really fun. You're a fun teacher. It's fun being in the city. It's so much of it is like all kinds of things happen during the demonstration. People come and go, cars park, buses go by, sirens, all kinds of stuff. It's alive. So, that's going to be part of the fun. It's like, how do you deal with
helicopters?
Yeah, exactly. But that's part of the energy and the fun of it. You're going to be there while we're all watching these videos, and you're going to be there answering questions, giving advice, giving additional tips, explaining things further. So we're going to have both kind of the best of both worlds, the really great demonstration filmed really well, combined with your live teaching on the Saturday that we're going to be working. So that's going to be really cool.
Yeah, that's brilliant. I love that we're going to have that sit down session as well. That's really important to kind of follow up with everybody.
Yeah, and then we're going to have a feedback session. So the next day, if you take the workshop, you can then send in your version of the drawing, and Jedidiah will talk to you about it and answer any questions and give you tips on how to continue using this approach to make new things. It's going to be really fun. It's going to be a great weekend. I'm so happy that you're now part of the Sketchbook Skool.
You guys are the best. You guys really are. Yeah.
Thank you so much. And it's going to be, these live workshops are always a blast because we have hundreds of people. That energy, speaking of lively, that energy just comes through the screen. All these people talking to each other, asking questions. It's just a really fun experience. So if you've never had a Sketchbook Skool workshop experience, definitely check it out. And also you get a recording afterwards, so you'll be able to see everything at your own pace. A lot of people work along with the artist during the workshop, and then at the end of it they have a painting, and a lot of others just watch it, take notes, and then go back, watch it a second time, and work on their own and do it again. So all different ways. It's a great resource, and you can come back to it over and over again. So that's really the cool part. It's going to be really fun. Great. Well, thank you so much for doing it. Thanks for hopping on today and talking about it some more. I can't wait to share all of your work with our audience and have them see the amazing stuff that you do, and then, of course, see how you make it.
Yeah, I'm so looking forward to it. I can't wait for everybody to join us. It's going to be a great time. It's going to be great. Yeah.
Hi, I'm Jedidiah. I'm in the heart of New York in Brooklyn. Brooklyn is so alive, it's so energetic, it's so vibrant and dynamic. How do you show that in an urban sketch? How do you show that in a drawing? Can't wait to show you in this workshop how to capture the city. We're going to do all kinds of things to bring it alive with lots of different techniques. We're going to learn how to draw expressively. We're going to learn how to work with color, with line making, with tools, with watercolor. I can't wait to show you that in this workshop.